Koh Ker temple area in northeastern Cambodia, April of 2017. My name is Dr. Sem Osmanagic and I am in company with Valery Uvarov from Russia. We are visiting the centerpiece of this temple area. It's a Koh Ker pyramid. It is 7-tier, 7-step pyramid in the heart of the Cambodian jungle. According to historians, the obscure king Jayavarman IV broke away from the central government in today's Siem Reap, or then Angkor Wat, which was the capital of huge kingdom, heading at that time today's territory of Thailand, Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. So Jayavarman came to this area, establishing as a powerful military leader a new capital in the first half of the 10th century. He built 42 temples, a huge complex, even though it was a minor when it comes to size to Angkor complex, which later on consisted of more than 1,000 temples. Now, when we look at this as a pyramid, which is 7 steps, we can see some major features. 7 is the holy number for Hindu religion. 9 was for Buddhists, who came 300 years later. But for Hindu, 7 and 5 were the holy numbers. However, in sacred geometry, the odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, 9, are very important and part of the sacred geometry. What we can find on internet about this structure is wrong when it comes to the size. They are telling us it is about 50 meters long at the sides, 50 by 50 by 37. However, today I measure it, it is 66 meter long by 66 meter and about 40 meters high. It has 7 steps. The first step has 11 rows of blocks. Second one, 13, and all others, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, they have 11 rows of stones. On the outside, we have sandstone. Inside, we have volcanic stone. Volcanic stone, of course, being very energetical stone because of the content of iron. Also, sandstone known for its conductivity. My feeling is that the structure is built of a very powerful energy point. And the purpose of the structure is to focus the underground energy and then to transfer it through the very top. What we found out was that at the very top there was an opening, a huge chimney going all the way down to the bottom of the pyramid. And it is a common case in the case of the biggest and the oldest pyramids on the planet in other countries. Now, around this area we can see the lakes, we can see canals, and probably they are very important for the king. The architects for sure advised him to make the series of lakes and canals for 2 reasons. The first one, religiously, for Hindu religion, it was very important to have an idea about the proto or pra-ocean. But secondly, from the practical reasons, it was important to have those canals as the irrigation channels. Namely, 10th, 11th and the 12th century in Cambodia was the era when they would have 3 rice crops a year. 1000 later, Cambodia is back down to only 1 crop a year. With the 3 crops a year, they were able to have such sufficient food supplies and to become a regional power, second to China in Asia. And that's the reason why they had huge resources to build pyramid temples on such a large scale. But for the original architects and engineers, water was very important, especially moving water for its kinetic, dynamic energy because it initials the movement of the energy, especially underground water flows. So, when we see that all the elements, when it comes to the pyramid, are fulfilled here, then we know this is a result of the energy machine. We have the shape of the pyramid, which is the most powerful shape when it comes to the energy and link to the energy machines. Secondly, we have perfect orientation to the cardinal points, east, west, north and south. Why is that important? Everything is energy. Our planet is a huge energy ball. And the two strongest energy flows are north, south, east, west. You build the pyramid, you perfectly oriented, you automatically initiate the movement of the energy inside the pyramidal structure. The next element, underground water. Water moves, releases negative ions, and they become the source of the energy. The next one is energy potent place. We know that Angkor Wat is situated on the intersection of the 15 volcanic lines. Volcano means movement of the lava, iron, minerals, energy. So the ancients were very smart. Plus, we have the system of the concentric squares here. The temples in Cambodia, always concentric squares, meaning they were focusing the energy. On the very top, we were able to see the hole, which is 1.5 by 1.5 meter, going all the way down. And what's interesting, on the very top are the biggest blocks. When we start from the base, the blocks are between 500 kilograms and 2,000 kilograms, 2 tons. But at the very top, they are from 3.5 tons to 7 tons. So, if you are to lift 7 tons, you have to have the energy, you have to have the engineering skills, you have to have a labor source. And that's exactly what they did have 1100 years ago when they built this pyramid. For me, it's not the question why this pyramid was built on the surface level. Of course, we can see the Hindu religious ornament here, and they are very important. But the engineers, they had the knowledge how to make this energy beam, how to make this axis mundi, how to make the replica of the holy pyramidal mountain of Meru. The idea with the mountain Meru or axis mundi was to get connected with the higher dimension, to connect our planet and the sky. And once you connect it, then you become closer to the gods. Because the gods were sending their knowledge from the sky to the earth. And once you build a temple worthy enough for gods to reside, they were able to make an opportunity for the gods to come to places like Koh Ker pyramid. It is rather well preserved, and even though the rest of the temple is in ruins, we can see some bricks which are bad shape, we can see some stones, even volcanic or sandstone. But the problem with the building on other places is they were using simple rectangular or square blocks. However, here we can see a lot of convex or concave pieces. We can see pieces with the 6 angles or 6 sides. And that's the reason why they perfectly fit within each other. So even after 1100 years, this site is well preserved, even though very, very limited conservation has been done. So, Koh Ker pyramid was obviously part of the pyramid network throughout the world.